Hello everyone, it's Tana and welcome back to my channel and another video for the Not Too Shabby Shop. Today we're working with the Greeting Farms FaLaLa stamp set. I thought these snowmen were so cute, and if you know me and you've been here a while, you know I love Christmas season. I love making Christmas cards, holiday cards in general, and these kick off the beginning of my holiday cards. So I'm stamping out two scenes here, two simple scenes, and you're gonna see that after I mask the bottom half, I flip it and I mask a scene on the other side because we're gonna cut that up. And I like this set because you get a lot of images. There's only the one sentiment, FaLaLa, but you also get a little la so that you can put as many on there as you want, and they look like they're singing and having a good time. And I like that their hats and scarves have solid space, so you can add any detail in there that you want. So we're going to make two cards today. And for the second card, I'm going to skip through most of the stamping and masking because you've already seen it in this first card here. So I'm just trying to give you an idea of some simple masking techniques. You always want to stamp what you want to be seeing all of in the foreground first, and then slowly move your way back, masking as you go to what's going to be way in the back of your scene. And when you're stamping a pile of presents like those that are stacked, you want to start with the top presents and work down. It took me a while to learn that one. That was the one I had a hard time with. So now I'm just taking a piece of masking paper and drawing some simple snowy hills because I'm going to do some ink blending for the sky. And I'm just going to cut that and place them on the little panels. And they don't have to be perfect. Mine weren't perfect, and I just stuck little extra pieces of the masking tape into any empty space underneath that wasn't covered and should be. And I'm going with like a purplish blue sky, so I'm going to use Pixie Dust, Grape Crush, and Suede shoes. And I'm only going to show you inking on one panel because I do the same thing to both panels. And I use this little brush here because they were so small. But I ended up going back to my cottontail brushes because by far I've noticed the more I use the brushes that they work the best. I haven't had any splotches on my card panels when I ink blend with my cottontail brushes. And I've noticed if I use the smaller ones or the other ones I've gotten off of Amazon, I'm leaving a splotch, at least one, every time I ink blend. So I hope they come out with some different sizes of those. So now we're unveiling our masked images. And just simple. And we're skipping through the coloring because we're doing two cards here. I'm just going to show you really quick how I did the shading underneath my snowman. And then I take a little bit, just one drop of this Pixie Dust from, I believe, Ink N3. Mix it with some water, and I'm just going over the snow and the snowmen to make my snow sparkly. We all know that fresh fallen snow is sparkly. So I'm going to dry those nice and good so that they're dry and I'm not messing anything up when I pick up my panels. And now I'm going to use these little letters, I believe they're called, from MFT. And rather than stamp out that sentiment, I'm going to spell it out by cutting out those letters with white pearlescent cardstock from Tonic. Now this piece of paper, you can use any pattern paper you want. This came in a 6x6 pattern paper pad from AC Moore when they were still open. You're going to cover most of it up. So I just went with something that kind of had the same shades and colors as the panels, just so I could center my two panels on there. So I centered one at the bottom and then one at the top and left the space in the middle for a sentiment strip. And then I took a piece of purple cardstock from Simon Says Stamp. I have no idea what the color is, the name of the color, because it came in a mixed pack. And I'm going to pop that up with foam tape and then just glue my letters straight onto that sentiment strip. And I always, for the most part, not always, glue my letters in a haphazard way so that I don't have to mess with trying to keep them straight and even. And now I'm going to use for the second card the dotted squares, large and small set from Lawn Fawn. And I'm going to cut a little square out of this card panel. And I have out the second largest from both sets because I'm going to also make a frame for that. And we're going to make a shaker card. It's been a while since I've made a shaker card. So I skipped through all the stamping and masking, and we're just ink blending Another Sky really quick. And I put those color names up for you, and these are all Catherine Pooler inks in this video. And the stars that I stamped out, I just go over those with a glitter jelly roll pen that came in a Hero Arts kit, and then just left those as they were. I did go over the purple with something borrowed and kind of blended the purple and blue together to make it a little bit darker. It wasn't quite dark enough for me. And as you can see, I had a lot of masked images stamped out and cut out ahead of time before I started these cards. Now there's our scene panel to go inside the shaker card. And I had pre-cut 2 snowy hills with the Lawn Fawn, I forget, stitch slope dies, I think they're called. I'll have them listed below. You guys know I'm bad with names. I'm going to glue that panel straight onto where I traced, so I would have it nice and centered. And then I'm going to show you, I stamped out 3 of these images and colored them in Christmas colors, but we only end up using 1. I might have put 1 on the inside. I can't remember. And now I'm cutting out a frame, and with those Hero Arts Stampin' Cuts, Happy Holidays, out of green glitter cardstock. And that's also just cardstock I picked up from AC Moore before they closed. I suggest getting something from like a card company glitter-wise, because I had glitter everywhere after I cut that stuff out. I'm using a little bit of art glitter glue to glue my piece of packaging acetate down onto my card front. It already has the foam tape on there, a double layer, and we're just going to glue this cute little guy in the center of the scene. And then I'm going to use my Nouveau Deluxe adhesive to glue my frame onto the front of the card panel. Excuse my head there. And now I'm going to start adding my elements into the shaker. These are snowflakes, clay snowflakes that came in a Hero Arts kit last year. And then some iridescent tonic cloud circle confetti, and then some clear seed beads. And then we're going to put our shaker together. I put some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive on top of my foam tape to make sure everything stays where it's supposed to go. And then we're going to glue that whole thing onto a red card base, and that's top folding. And I glue, this Happy Holidays was a little large for what I had left at the bottom. So I just kind of tilted it and overlapped it over the frame of the card. And it still turned out cute. I think I would have went with red if I could redo it so you could read the words a little bit better. And on the inside of the card, I'm taking from that Stampin' Cuts from All of Us. And then I put FaLaLa, and I stamped that little la all over. So you have FaLaLa, la 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 la, and I counted them twice to make sure there was enough. So that, I guess that makes me pretty anal, doesn't it? But I had to make sure it made sense. I'm just going to tape that into the inside of the card. And that's it for both of the cards this week, guys. I hope you like what you saw. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you liked what you saw here today. And giveaways. Coming up is the winner of this month's $20 gift certificate for Simon Says Stamp. So congratulations to Margaret W. Please email me at the email down below, and I will have news about further giveaways in the next video. Bye-bye for now, guys.